for me, paid into power.
Hickory dickory dock, the mouse went up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse went down, hickory dickory dock. As you might have read the question earlier, do you ever feel like you are stuck in the same loop and you feel that everyone around you is doing so well and so amazing and having lots of fun, but then you are just alone, stuck and lonely, and everything feels very empty? I once felt this too, but today I can say that even though I feel it sometimes, I don't have to feel it forever because I have learned how to get out of it. And today I will be sharing that with you. Hello everyone. Today I am back with your bedtime thoughts, and today we will be discussing how to overcome feeling stuck and what we can do about feeling left out, and the fact that we see that everyone else, or we feel that everyone else around us is enjoying, but we are having a hard time and struggling in our lives. Oftentimes in our life, we feel stuck and like we are lagging behind, not just because of the fear of missing out or because of the fact that we are trying to catch up with others, but because we are trying to run a race that is not ours at all. We are trying to catch up with something that is not ours and not in our timeline, but in the timeline of someone else that does not exist or is not supposed to happen in our own life. Our life is a gift, is a beautiful gift that we have, and the more we try to go or follow others in this gift that we have, the more we lose the gift. If we take the example of a stopped clock, we can see that even a stopped clock shows the right time twice a day. So even if you ever feel stuck in a loop or something where you feel that you are doing wrong or you're missing out or you're doing things repeatedly that are not good for you, it is okay, because first remind yourself that you are trying your best, and that even if you are stuck twice a day or like any time, any number of times a day, any number of times a day, you are doing your best. And here and there, it's okay to slow down, because not everything in life is about running behind something else, but also because cherishing the current moment. And it is okay to feel stuck where you are, because this phase of your life is supposed to teach you something that may not have been taught to you, or you may not have learned in another phase, that where life was very smooth and happy. You may not have realized it in that phase, and it is a very good thing or a time of your life to sit and reflect on how, where you're lagging back, what you're doing wrong, and how you can learn from this. I heard a TEDx podcast today, and it actually spoke about how setbacks in life not just put you back, but put you down to a stage where you feel diminished. But at the end, it is the lesson that you learn from it, or the reaction that you give, the positive reaction, or the willingness to do better from this, is what brings you forward. And a lot of business people and a lot of people who have succeeded in their life have not just learned from these setbacks or these places where they were stuck in, but these were some of the best lessons of their life that have helped them succeed and grow and become what they are today. So let yourself know that it is okay to feel stuck, and everyone's pace is not your pace, and what everyone's posts on their social media may not be what their reality is, because sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. Sometimes it's just that your grass is not watered by you, and that's why others' grass looks shinier, or maybe they have kept their grass beautifully set on the boundaries, but on the inside their grass may be just as dry or even drier, or broken and shattered, you know, worse than yours. So you never know. It's more about what you think of yourself and what you can do your best in, rather than trying to focus on what others are doing, because you are your priority and the rest will take care of itself. Note, this period that you are feeling stuck in may also be a reminder, like I said earlier, for you not just to reflect on yourself, but also to slow down and realize where you are missing out or what lesson you might need in that period that you may not be realizing that you will need in the future. This might be a very good time for you to come back to number zero, start from absolutely nothing in case you feel that you've lost everything or you feel that what you want, you are not where you want. This may be a really good time for you to get back to that point where you think about it, reflect on it, let yourself be free and give yourself the time to digest that it's okay to slow down things and also process what you require and what your needs might align with. After you might have completed step one, that is processing your emotions and thoughts and also reflecting on what might be going wrong or slowing you down, step two would be to remember that we do not come with a textbook or a manual in our lives. We are all human beings, and at the end of the day, we don't know what is perfectly right for us, or we don't know what is going to happen next. So it is completely fine to not know where or how you might be feeling stuck, but to just reflect on it. And after you have done this, it would be great to let yourself know that it's okay to feel stuck and forgive yourself if you have ever hurt yourself or mentally cursed yourself or been angry at yourself. It would be a really good step to forgive yourself and give yourself enough time to understand that we are not perfect and it's okay to feel what you feel and that it is completely valid to feel what you feel. So step 2 will mainly focus on after you have forgiven yourself, how you can take a very small step. Because see, if you remember the typical story of the rabbit and the tortoise, the rabbit was very very fast. Maybe the people you are looking around you may be very fast, maybe very happy, maybe they are enjoying a lot, but you never know when they will end up staying on the sidewalk and end up sleeping there. You do not have to compare yourself to the people around you, but to the previous version of yourself. The only thing that you can hope for is to be a better version of yourself and to run your own race and not to run any other person's race, because that race is not meant for you. Even if you try to follow their race, you will never be able to win it because it's not your race. And yeah, so getting back to the story, I would like to say that, like the tortoise who took very, very tiny steps, it would be a great, great thing to focus on what, after you have reflected in the first step, what you can do better. It would be very good to focus on the second step, that is taking very, very small steps and how you can improvise on these steps. Or for example, I struggle to eat every day sometimes, hypothetically, or however. For example, it can be anyone. You may struggle to do your work daily, or people who are staying far away, they may struggle to call their family and friends daily. So when these issues come up in our lives and we feel very stuck and it feels like a loop, an endless loop, that you don't feel peace at all, that okay, everything is going wrong. It's not about the fact that you are not trying your best. That might be a part of you that may be not sure about what to do next. So sometimes in some cases having a timetable might help, but that is not exactly our focus or our necessity right now. Because okay, for example, I took the example that I struggle to eat sometimes, right? So that I don't have to eat all 3 or 4 meals in a day, but focus on mainly eating one meal. And if I accomplish that one meal in a day, I will be happy and I will reward myself. Because even in psychology, positive reinforcement, that is for the non-psychology students, I would like to say that positive reinforcement is something where you reward yourself or anyone else in general for a positive behavior or any kind of appreciated behavior that is shown, which helps improve your quality of life or the situation in general. So in our context, me, when I struggle to eat, I will eat one meal a day, and even if I am kind of hungry and tired for the rest of the day, I will be happy that I have eaten that one meal a day. And it's okay that I have, because I have at least eaten one meal a day, and eating one meal is better than not eating at all. And absolute zeros or absolute black and white, is never a good thing. Instead of that, we as humans exist in gray because that is the path, the matter that we are in. Sometimes we are towards the darker shade of gray, sometimes we are more towards white, and that is okay. But the life is beautiful, and the fact about life is it's okay to mess up. The only thing that helps us is to keep on trying and going on, and that will bring you beauty. So, the second step, concluding the second step, I would say try to take small steps that are not very hectic, but they also make a difference to you. And after you've eaten one meal, or maybe for 3 4 days, you get used to eating that one meal, and this is a real situation. People with depression, anxiety, and many other mental health disorders, and people with physical health issues like GERD, that is gastro issues, gastric issues, these people are generally not able to eat these kind of foods. So when we compare, or when we, it's not good to compare. When we, tally the situation, we can realize that sometimes our situation or our current loop is much better than the loop of someone else who is struggling due to something that is not in their control. So in this case, it would be very good to start with like one meal, or it doesn't have to be a meal, it can be anything. This is just an example. It can be, like one meal for 3 4 days, and after that around the end of one week you start eating 2 meals, and then eventually you get back into eating. And that's the beauty of messing up, and that's the beauty of getting back to what life feels like. And we are humans, we are made to make mistakes, and if we were perfect, we wouldn't be unique humans at all. So, step 3 is supposed to be a connective of step 1 and step 2. So, basically, what is being told here is once you have identified what is going wrong, and secondly, once you have taken the small steps that are required to help yourself, eventually, after this is the third step, eventually, after a period of time, you will recognize that you are not in the same place anymore. And all these bedtime thoughts that bother you, all not just bedtime thoughts, any thoughts I would say that disturb you, take over your mind, make you anxious, realize that they are just thoughts. They are your thoughts and not your reality, and you are bigger than your thoughts, and you are bigger than your mind, and you are the one who controls your mind, and your mind is not the one that is supposed to control you. There's a reason we say mastermind, because you are the master of your mind. Okay, that was a bad joke. But yes, I would say that in the third step, once you have done all of this, get back to where you were, and after that, you will realize that you are not in the same place anymore. It does not matter if it's, a one meal, or reducing your sugar intake, or maybe eating less junk food, or getting your work done, and feeling that people, you are not socializing enough. It does not matter what the issue is. What matters is how much you believe in yourself, how much you are willing to take a step, and after you've taken that step, how much you are willing to continue those steps and follow in the same path. Yes, you will fail, yes, you will mess up, yes, you will fall many times. Fall in the sense metaphorically, you will mess up many times, but that is okay, that is fine. The main fact is that you're trying, the fact that you've identified, the fact that you've taken that one step, that's all that matters, and eventually everything will start falling into place. And yes, this is the answer of how not to be stuck in a loop, and also you feel that people around you are enjoying. To be honest, I personally, from my experience, what I have felt is that the world will keep enjoying nonetheless, like the rabbit that keeps, jumping and, trotting around. It's very happy, it's hopping around. But at the end of the day, I would say that, the rabbit is the one stuck in a burrow. It has to go underground. It has to hide itself. But the tortoise, though it is slow, it is, very steady, and it moves in a very slow pace. The beauty of the tortoise's life is that it has to go into the open. It has, to fend for its own difficulties. It cannot run fast. It cannot be very active like the rabbit. Even the rabbit has to fend for its difficulties, but it has a resting place that it can eventually go to. And not all the time, we may not have a resting place to go to, but sometimes we are just stuck like the tortoise that is supposed to slowly and steadily go around. And the tortoise in its own perspective, from my perspective, the tortoise has lot of struggles to genuinely fend for itself, because it is not that fast. But that is the beauty of slowing down and the beauty of accepting yourself. And eventually it's okay to go slow and steady, because the longer, the long term, more long term you want things to be, the more you will realize that going slow and making it habitual is much more better and useful than rushing into something for a moment. The slower and more relaxed, or your approach can be very motivated, but at the same time it doesn't have to be very rushed. It can be slow and steady, because slower things that fit into your schedule or your habitual activities, they settle better in your brain, rather than because the neuronal pathways, they strengthen over time, rather than rushing into something that you haven't done. And it's okay to be stuck, because it's fine. At the end of the day, being stuck has its own beauty. It's a phase. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, it is hard. Yes, it feels like everyone else is ahead of you. But that is what is life. They have a different timeline, you have a different timeline. They are not you and you are not them. So at the end of the day, it's okay to feel stuck. Yes, not everything goes according to what we wish or what we hope for sometimes, but they give us the lessons that we never expected. And in the long term, these lessons are very beautiful and they mean a lot to us. So, yes, also I want to let you know that I am not an expert. I am just a teeny tiny little girl who wants to share her experiences and her bedtime thoughts and her morning thoughts and her afternoon thoughts all the time. Her brain is filled with thoughts, like yours might be as well. And I just want to share what I did, or maybe how I feel I can get through this situation, and how we together can grow and be the best. And love you guys, just love you guys. We can do our best and we can be amazing. Yes, and that's all I hope for. I hope you have a great day. I love you and take care. I hope I have answered your questions and God bless you. Okay? Hickory duck, the mouse and the clock. We can feel connected to the world around us and not feel stopped. Hickory duck, the mouse and the clock. So okay, so just